In this video, I have the top 5 best builds on NBA 2K25. It doesn't matter what your playstyle is, I have the best build for you in this video. I'll leave timestamps on the video, so no matter what build you want to make, you can find it very easily. I'll have 2 guard builds, 1 lockdown defender build, and 3 different center builds for you in this video. You guys know how it goes. Let's not waste a lot of time. All I ask is if you make any of these builds or you want to help support my channel, do not hesitate to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. But let's get into the top 5 builds on NBA 2K25. So the first build I'm going to be showing you guys in this video is my build. This is my 6'3" build, but tweaked a little bit since I made mine on day 1. Let's do the attributes. First thing you want to do is take your 3-pointer and you want to put this up to a 94. I'm going to explain why I put each attribute at that rating at the end and what badges it unlocks. Come up to your driving dunk and put this all the way up to an 89, so you get contact dunk, standing dunk 45, very important. Come down to your pass accuracy and put this to a 74. Your ball handling on this build will be at a 92, and then your speed with ball will be a 91. Next, come down to your defensive ratings and you want to put your defense or your perimeter defense and your steal both on an 85. On my build, I originally have a 91 steal, but you very rarely get on-ball steals like plucks because of it, so I think 85 is perfect because of how passing lanes are. Come down to your physicals and you want to put an 82 agility on this build and then finish off with a 78 vertical. And then from there you have like no attribute points left. You can put it on whatever you want. I'm just going to go ahead and max out my block to a 58, and then you can put the rest on your standing dunk. But this is it. This is a 6'3" build. Let me go over the attributes really quickly and why I put them there. Let me go over the attributes and why I have them at that number. So this isn't for every build, but for this build specifically, this is cap breakers, right? You have a 94 3-pointer, but you went minimum wingspan, so when you do unlock cap breakers, you unlock that 99 3-pointer. And with that, all 5 of these badges get legend. You will literally have every single shooting badge legend, and that's why we went with an 82 agility, because you need 82 agility to get shifty shooter on legend. Another thing I tweaked about this build than my day 1 build, 89 driving dunk tied into the 78 vertical because you get silver posterizer, and you will unlock all the contact dunk animations for this driving dunk rating. 74 pass accuracy, definitely fast enough to do good passes. 92 ball handle, so you unlock the Trae Young animations, and a 91 speed with ball for Hall of Fame lightning launch, which you will use your +1 badge to use legend lightning launch. 85 perimeter and an 85 steal, both of these, so you get all 3 of these silver defensive badges, and then you get not only gold interceptor but silver glove, which you don't get many on-ball steals, which is why I tweaked it from 91 on my original build to 85 if I were to make the build now. And then your physicals are more than good enough. People think way too much about your speed and agility this year. They are not as important if you're a point guard as if you're, let's say, a lockdown, which you guys will see later in this video. So yeah, this is the 6'3" point guard build. I would recommend you make probably the best all-around point guard build in the game for 2s, 3s. This is just good for every single mode. You can't go wrong making this build. And as you can see, it is called a 2-way 3-level shot creator. Probably the best overall point guard build in the game. Like I just said, you can't go wrong using this in any mode. If you just want to have a build that can do everything, you can play on every mode, you don't need to make multiple builds, then I would recommend making this. Let's get into the next build, which is another point guard build. So for the second point guard build, we are going to be taller this time. I know some of you guys don't like those short point guard builds, even though I do think they're meta. So this one's 6'6", just like the last build. We're going to do the ratings and then talk about why I did them afterwards. 3-point, you're going to want to max out on this build to an 89. Come up to your driving dunk, and you also want to put this up to an 89. A lot of ratings will be similar because you meet certain thresholds for badges or animations. Standing dunk, you want to put this on a 45. Come down to your pass accuracy, and you want to put this up to a 71. Your ball handle on this build, you want to put this up to a 92. And then your speed with ball, you want to max out on this build. Your perimeter defense and your steal, both you want to put up to an 85, just so you unlock certain badges, which is going to be perfect for a tall 6'6" point guard build. Next, you want to take your speed, put this up 1 to an 82, and your agility higher on this build up to a 78, and then you finish off putting your vertical to a 78 to unlock certain dunk animations. Then you have a few, badge points you can play around with. You can put your pass accuracy up if you want that to be higher, but since you're 6'6", I want better block animations, so I'm going to go ahead and put my block up to a 62, and that is the 6'6" guard build. Before I get into the ratings, please don't freak out about your speed or agility. Every point guard is going to have these ratings, even off ball. Like, unless you're a lockdown, you don't need higher than an 85 steal. That's only for locks, and then agility is one of the more useless stats this year. It's not completely useless, but like a 78 is more than good enough. The difference between like a 78 and an 85 compared to how much it costs in the builder is just not worth it. But now let's talk about the attributes. So you obviously want to max out your three-pointer on this build. You will get gold set shot specialist, which is super important this year, but you will get limitless and Deadeye both on silver, as well as shifty shooter. We know how good fades are this year. Next, your driving dunk 89, also tied in with a 78 vertical, so you will get contact dunks as well as silver posterizer. You will get a decent amount of contact dunks on this build if you go for them. 71 pass accuracy is fine. It's not like it's amazing, but you do get silver dimer, and you will pass the ball decently fast. Like I said, more of a twos build if you want to be 6'6". Next, 92 ball handle, just like on the last build. Gold handles for days and gold unpluckable. Speed with ball is maxed out to 86. You will get gold lightning launch, and you can use your +1 badge to get Hall of Fame lightning launch. Both perimeter defense and steal on 85, so you get all three of these defensive badges on silver, and you will get silver glove, but more importantly gold interceptor with an 85 steal. You will play amazing passing lanes with a big wingspan, and then I just talked about it. Speed and agility are very good ratings for a 6'6" build. People think way too much about these ratings. Trust me, these are good. They do not need to be like 85. They're way too expensive in the builder compared to more important ratings. So that's a 6'6" point guard build. This build also isn't bad at shooting guard, but I would definitely say this is more so a twos taller build if you don't want to run the 6'3" short point guard. And then when you make the build, it is called a two-way 3-level shot creator. That is the 6'6" taller point guard build. Let's get into the next build. And this next build that I'm going to show you guys is for you lockdown defenders. If you play lockdown, you guard ball, you don't really have the ball in your hand, this is for you. Just like every build, we're going to start off with your 3-point shot, and on this build you will have an 83 3-pointer, so you will unlock all the good uppers and all the good jump shots. But more importantly, at 83 3-pointer you will get bronze limitless. And since you're a lockdown defender, we're going to go right down to our perimeter defense, and we are going to put this all the way up to a 95 and your steal to a 96, so you get Hall of Fame glove and perimeter defense. I'll talk about these badges in a second here, but yeah, 95 perimeter, 96 steal. You want to take your interior defense, put this up to a 60, and your block you want to put up to a 68. Next, come down to your physicals, and if you watch the last build I made, this is what I'm talking about. Lockdowns. This is where these physicals matter. You will have a 90 speed, 88 agility, an 85 strength, and you will keep your 60 vertical. Next, come up to your pass accuracy, and you want to put your pass accuracy all the way up to a 71, just an important stat to have. And then your driving dunk, you want to take this, put this up to a 70, and then standing dunk, you want to take this and put this up to a 45. And that's where the build ends. You have a few more ratings, and I recommend just putting the last 3 on standing dunk to 48, and that is the basis of your lockdown defender build. So let's talk about the ratings. Like I just said, 83 3-pointer, you unlock silver set shot specialist, which is, the important one. You take standing shots, but you will get bronze limitless range just in case you do catch the ball top of the key. You can shoot a little bit further. 70 driving dunk is all you need to actually get good dunk animations, and then 45 standing dunk is the key. As you guys saw, 48 standing dunk, you will get good standing dunks on this build. Next, pass accuracy 71. You just want a 71 pass accuracy on like every build where you're gonna at least pass the ball a decent amount. That's just an important stat that you should never ignore. But let's get to the important ones. 95 perimeter, 96 steal. Now, like I said, I don't want to bring up cap breakers on every build because I know some of you guys won't unlock them. But if you do, you can get a 99 perimeter defense on this build. As you can see, you get Hall of Fame Challenger, gold on-ball menace, gold pick dodger, and gold immovable enforcer. Like I just said, this is going to be even better with cap breakers, but even without them, this build is insane. As you can see, Hall of Fame glove and Hall of Fame interceptor, so you're going to be getting a lot of steals in this build. And then a 68 block, so you will get bronze, high flying, denier, but just even having that badge on anything rather than not having it will give you, good chase down block animations. And then one of the more underrated things about lockdowns is this badge right here, Immovable Enforcer. As you guys can see, you have an 85 strength on this build, so you can get really bumpy. You can actually bump people and they can't get by you. As you guys know, the bump animations in this game are insane, and I can only imagine what it's like with something like Gold Immovable Enforcer. And then 90 speed, 88 agility. You are extremely fast off ball in this build, which, I mean, you need to be. You are literally a lockdown defender. This is, in my opinion, the best lockdown defender build. Now, I know people are making 6'4" locks, but that is because they're hitting starter 4 and they're unlocking the faster, better jump shots. So I'm not making, builds for you guys to hit starter 4 because that's a long way away. Maybe in a couple months I will, but as of right now, I think 6'5" lock is the move. And the first comparison, as you can see right there, is Alex Caruso. He's literally a lockdown defender, and you see, you have built a 3ND2 guard. That's literally what this build is. You are a 3ND guard. You are going to shoot threes, and you are going to lock up. That is, in my opinion, the best lockdown defender build on 2K25. Let's get into the next build. This next build I'm going to show you guys is for all of you inside centers out there. Now, this is a build that I actually have, and I absolutely love this build. So first things first, as a center, let's do it. You're going to want to max out most of your physicals, especially your speed, max that out. Vertical, you're going to want to put this all the way up to an 87. He absolutely jumps out the gym. And then your strength on this build, you're going to want to put all the way up to a 95. Just like the last build, I'll explain why I put these attributes where. You're going to want to come over to your offensive rebound, and you're going to want to put this all the way up to a 96, and then your defensive rebound up to a 92. Come over to your block and put your block up to an 84, your steal up to a 73, and then you're going to want to put your perimeter defense up to a 65, and then interior to a 76. Pass accuracy, always important. You're going to want to take this and put this up to a 71. And then standing dunk, very important on inside centers. You're going to want to put this up to an 81. And then finish it off with your driving dunk, put this up to a 73. And that's it. That is the inside center build. Now let's talk about this. First, some of you guys might see this and say, 6'10" as an inside center, don't you want to be as tall as possible? This isn't an inside center build to post up, to get crazy standing contact dunks. That's not what this is. This is an inside center build for 3s, 2s, pro-am, rec, that is going to set screens, and that is going to, pick and roll, that's going to crash on rebounds, it's going to play defense in the paint. And that's what I do, and this is very good. And the reason why I went 6'10" is because you are so fast compared to a footer, and I think that is worth it. Do not be afraid of that height. With a 96 offensive rebound, 92 defensive, as you see, you get all 3 of these on Hall of Fame, and I use my +1 to get Legend Rebound Chaser. Being 6'10", you get the craziest crash animations, and then if you are down there and you have somebody boxed out, you will never get snagged over. They will never rebound over you, trust me. Do not be afraid of the 6'10" height as an inside center. I value the 74 speed and being able to crash than I do catching the ball down there and just getting a lucky dunk, because we all know how paint defense is in this game. But I just talked about the rebounding stats. As you guys know, 74 speed, you will get, I guess this goes with block, you will get silver high flying denier, silver paint patroller, and Hall of Fame pogo stick. 95 strength, so you get Hall of Fame brick wall, very important for an inside center. You need to be able to set massive screens. And then 87 vertical. This is what I was talking about when I said, like you get crazy crash animations. You jump out the gym when you're crashing after setting a screen, and if your guard shoots off of it, or even just sitting in the paint, you jump extremely high on this build. 84 block, you do get really good chase down block animations, and if you're down there, I've gotten a good amount of snatch blocks on this build. Don't be afraid of the 76 interior defense. Interior is a fake stat this year, I'm going to be honest. As long as you're down there and you have your hands up and you're contesting somebody's layup or something like that, it will not go in. 65 perimeter, just in case you have to switch on a guard because it's at a big screen, you will have 65 perimeter, so you can kind of go up there. And then 73 steal, so you get silver interceptor, and with the max wingspan you get a lot of passing lanes on this build. 71 pass accuracy for silver dimer for when you pass back out to your guard, and then an 81 standing dunk for silver rise up, and then 73 driving dunk for bronze posterizer. Like I said, I have this build. I literally have this exact build, and it is, I love it. That's why I literally haven't changed anything. I've showed you guys this before, but I feel like it'd be criminal for me to make a top 5 builds video and not show you guys the best inside center build. I mean, you see your shades, Ben Wallace, Rudy Gobert, and Clint Capella, 3 dominant inside centers, and you see you have created a board hunting lob threat. Absolutely love this build. If you're gonna make it inside, this is what I recommend. But now let me show you guys the next one, some popper builds. So this first outside center popper build that I'm going to show you guys is more so for like rec, pro-am. This isn't really a park poppers build. I'm going to show you guys that after this. So yes, 6 builds in this video, but this is more so a 5s build. And as you guys can see, max out your 3-point to a 74, and then max out your mid-range to an 80, so you will unlock better jump shot animations. That's very, very important. Come down to your speed. You're going to want to max this out. You're also going to want to max out your agility, and you're going to also want to max out your vertical. Come over to your strength, and you want to put this up to a 91 for gold brick wall. I'll go over the badges and why I put each attribute on that number. Your rebounding on this build is going to be extremely high. You're going to want to have a 96 defensive rebound, and then you are going to want to have an 87 offensive rebound. Next, your block. This is going to be extremely, extremely high on this build. You're going to have a 93 block. You're going to have an 82 interior, and then your perimeter defense and your steal are both going to be maxed out on this build. Next, come up to your standing dunk, get this up to an 81 for that silver rise up, and your driving dunk up to a 71. And then you want to finish it off with your pass accuracy. You want to put this all the way up to a 78, and that is where you finish the build. Like I said, this is more so a 5s, you know, like rec pro-am popper build. It's not bad in park by any means. This build is not bad in park, but I think if you're playing park, you should have a shorter popper. You guys are going to see, I'm going to show you that next. Let's go over some of these ratings. We're going to start off, you're a center. As you see, 96 defensive rebounds, so you get Hall of Fame box out beast and Hall of Fame rebound chaser. As a footer, you're going to be extremely slow, so you're going to max out your speed, agility, and your vertical, and then get 91 strength, so you do get that gold brick wall. 93 block, you're a 7-foot center. All you're going to do on defense is absolutely control the paint, so you get all 3 of these on gold, and then you max out your steal and your perimeter just in case you need to, you know, switch up on top. And then an 82 interior defense, so no post scorer should be able to back you down and bully you since you are a footer. 78 pass accuracy for that silver break starter. Like I said, this is more so a 5s build, and you do get bronze versatile visionary. You get that board and you throw the outlet pass. 74 3-point shot, you will get silver set shot specialist, extremely important. And then you want to put your mid-range to an 80, so you unlock better upper releases. This is actually very important that a lot of people don't realize, is a lot of the really good like jump shot releases you only unlock at like an 80 rating, 80 mid-range or 3-point. So you want to put it on your mid-range, so 1, you can pop at mid-range more confidently, but 2, you unlock the better jump shots. A 71 driving dunk, just so you get driving dunks when you want to, and then 81 standing dunk as a footer for silver rise up. I said multiple times, more so a 5s build, but definitely not bad in park. I would not be mad running with somebody with this footer popper build in the park at all. And this build is a defensive anchor, which it is. Your defensive ratings are so high and you can shoot the ball. Definitely a solid 5s popper build. Let's get into the next popper build and the last build in this video. Now, before anybody comments, yes, this is a 6'7" popper. I did upload this build already in my best center builds video, and people were hating crazy on it, saying this is not a center build. Yes, this is literally the meta center build. This is what people are doing as a center build for park as a popper. So let's start off the ratings. 79 3-point, 82 mid-range. Come down to your pass accuracy, always going to be important. Always want at least like a minimum 70 pass accuracy. Come down to your rebounding. You know you're a center, you need to have decent rebounding, and that's exactly what you will have with a 92 defensive and an 85 offensive. You obviously don't need that high of an offensive rebound as a popper. Come down down to your speed, and since you are 6'7", which is a big reason why people are doing this, you are extremely fast. 85 speed, come to your agility, put this up to a 75, and then come over to your vertical and put that to an 85. And we know what strength ties to as a center. You need that brick wall, so you want to come to your strength and you want to put this up to a 91. You're going to have very, very balanced defensive ratings on this build. You're going to have an 84 block, and then you're going to have both an 85 perimeter and an 85 steal. So let's go ahead and put that up right there. And then your interior defense on this build, I put mine up to a 75. Come up to your standing dunk, and you're going to want to put your standing dunk up to a 75, and then you're going to want to put your driving dunk up to a 73, so you get that bronze posterizer. And that is the 6'7" popper build. That is 1, good as a power forward in Pro-Am, or 2, just good as your popper center in park, 3s, 2s, whatever you want to run. A lot of the people I play with have this 6'7" popper build, and it's my favorite build to run with by far. So let's talk about the ratings. 79 3-point shot, and you do an 82 mid-range, so you unlock better upper releases for your jump shot. I talked about this on the last build I showed. Very important that you unlock better upper jump shot releases, which is why you have an 82 mid-range, and just being able to pop from mid-range is very key. Both a 75 and 73 driving and standing dunk, so you will be able to dunk the ball if you need to. You have a 70 pass accuracy, which is pretty high for a center. I mean, 70 pass accuracy should be like the minimum, basically no matter what build you make. All of your defensive ratings are solid. As you guys can see, 85 perimeter, 85 steal, so you do get gold interceptor. Just a solid defensive build with an 84 block, so it's not like people can go up on you all the time. Interior defense, like I said, is a very cosmetic rating. It's good, but not as important as you think. As long as you're there with your hands up, people will not make stupid layups on you just because you have a 75 interior. Both a 92 and 85 offensive, 92, so you get these 3 on gold. And then offensive is good, but you know, you're spotting up the 3-point line. A lot of times you're pick and popping, so offensive rebound is not as important. 85 speed, 75 agility, both very good on a center build, which is what this is. You will be very fast compared to most centers that guard you. 91 strength, so you get gold brick wall, so when you do set screens for pick and pops, you will be able to actually set hard screens. And then 85 vertical, so you can actually get good crashing animations and you can jump pretty high. Like I just said, man, at the beginning of this build, a lot of people, when I showed this in my best center builds video, were hating on it, saying this isn't a center build, this is a small forward build, this is a power forward build. No, this is a park 3s build and a power forward build for like rec and stuff. Yes, if you want to make a popper for 5s, the build I just showed you is best for that. Go to the last build I just showed. But if you want to run the 3 in park 3s, if you want to run the 2 in park 2s, this is, in my opinion, the best popper build that you can make. I think the 6'7", for some reason, it feels like every year we're going 1 inch shorter. It used to be 6'9", then it went 6'8", now it's 6'7". But the 6'7", that's just the meta this year. I don't know. I don't make the builder. I don't decide what's the meta. That's what all the poppers do. But this is my favorite popper build to run with. And when you make this build, it is a 2-way board hunting stretch, which literally describes the build. My favorite popper build to run with in 2K25. And if you play Park, I recommend that this is the build you end up making. So that wraps it up for the top 5, technically top 6 builds on NBA 2K25. I hope that if you watch this video, it helped you out and you end up making one of these builds. If you guys did enjoy this video or you ended up making any of these builds, please do me a favor and drop a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.